Hi, my name's Katie, and we're going to talk about sex and growing up. The first section is about girls. What sex organs does a girl have? Inside her body, a girl has ovaries, oval storage areas for egg cells that someday may be a baby. She has a uterus or womb where a baby grows. And she has a vagina, a passage that leads from the outside of her body to her uterus. Just inside the vagina is the hymen, otherwise known as the cherry, a thin web of skin that partly blocks the opening. Outside her body, between her legs, a girl has a moist area called the vulva. At the front, I can't even see, at the front of this area is the opening, is the opening that lets out the urine. Just behind this, there's another opening to the entrance of the vagina that leads to the uterus. Along the two sides of the vulva are two folds of skin called labia. There are two sets of folds, two sets, the inner and the outer. Towards the front, the labia join together in a V shape. V. In the V made by the inner labia, there's a small bump called the clitoris. This is very sensitive and feels good when a girl touches it and around the skin. Can a girl see her sex organs? A girl can't see the organs inside her body, but she can use a small mirror. Hold on, let me show you.
Let's get this mirror.
Kind of like the mirror inside a small compound. Sorry. Does a girl have any other sex organs? When a girl starts to become a woman, the area around her nipples will grow into breasts, which make milk for a baby. Many women enjoy having their breasts caressed, and most men think breasts are beautiful. How do breasts grow? When breasts first begin to grow, the area around the nipple gets larger and pushes out and becomes larger and fuller. Now, sometimes breasts are the first thing to change, but not always. You might have a little hair here and a little hair here. Totally normal, girls, totally normal. And some of you girls may also have a problem with the right being bigger than the left and the left being bigger than the right. Don't worry, by the time you're 30, they'll all be even and sagging down to your knees. Do breasts hurt when they come in? No, but sometimes when you bump them or hit them, they're a little tender. And when you're on your menstrual cycle, sometimes they're tender. And breasts are for feeding babies. That's what Jesus gave us to them for, not for sex. Do women with larger breasts have more milk? No. Every mother has enough milk just to feed her baby. Why do women wear bras? Well, do you want them sagging down to your knees? How does a girl's body change shape? As a girl goes through puberty, her breasts get larger and her hips get wider and her waist seems smaller, well, for some girls. Overall, her body becomes more round and her figure takes on the curve. Let's see. What happens when a girl gets her menstrual cycle? Oh, right here, and this is what's going to happen. You know, you start getting a little hair in there and your boobies in there. Totally normal, girls. Totally normal. What happens when a girl gets her menstrual period? When a girl or woman menstruate, the blood flows from the uterus out of the vagina. The period usually lasts about once a month and lasts anywhere from 3 to 7 days. Why do girls and women have periods? Menstruation is a part of the cycle every 28 days. The uterus is lined with thick tissue that holds that egg that gets planted in there. And when a woman doesn't get a fertilized egg planted in there, the lining sloughs off. If the woman's not pregnant. And this happens over and over again in a woman's life. At what age do most girls get their first period? Most girls start menstruating about the age of 12, unless you're like me and you were 7. Some girls start as early as 10 or 7, like myself. Others do not begin until 15 and a half. Is it like urinating? No, the menstrual cycle comes out a different hole altogether. Does it hurt? Well, sometimes you get a little cramping back in here and a little bloating up in here, and your boobies get a little bit tender. Now, how does a girl get ready for her first period? Girls, tampons are the way to go. Don't use the pad. They're dirty. They're nasty. And look, right here, we have a regular size tampon and a super size tampon. They come in different sizes. And now if you open up the box of your tampons, you get this little instructional packet right here. It shows you all about it. And then if you turn to the bottom right here, it shows you step by step by step by step of how to insert your tampon. Girls, now when you open it up, we don't like to clog toilets either. So we open it up, we insert, and then we take it and we put it back in the wrapper and dispose of it properly. Back to the book. Now girls, we need to tell you about TSS, Toxic Shock Syndrome. Nobody ever knew your period could kill you. You need to change your tampon about every 3 to 4 hours to reduce the risk of TSS. Is it okay to bathe or shower during a period? Yes, it is. That's why you got to use tampons. You can go swimming, go to the beach, and do whatever you want. Now, does a woman have a period all her life? No. Around age 45 or 50, just cuts off, just stops. It's called menopause. You ever seen those old ladies going through hot flashes, just weeping? It's called menopause. Just look the other way. Now, does a girl become a woman when she starts to menstruate? A girl still has a lot of growing up to do before she becomes an adult who can make grown-up decisions. Once a girl begins menstruating, it is possible for her to become pregnant and have a baby. So girls, if you want to stay girls, you don't have sex until you're ready to be a woman and be a mother. And here, we're going to learn all about boys with Mitchell when we come right back.